Hi guys, Mike back again with another Death Guard army update. For those of you not in the know, I am constructing a 30k Death Guard Legion, Traitorous Legion, and this is my newest completed model for that Legion. It's my first Lord of War. I'm planning on having two. I'm planning on having two initially because I've got two. Whether any more transpire, that remains to be seen. But this is, and you'll know from the title of the video, this is the Fellblade. It is a beautiful model. Those of you who haven't seen and are interested, I've got a build log, kind of build preparation, things to look out for log of building the Fellblade in my Death Guard playlist. So check that out if you're interested. And I'm going to show you the final finished model. So we're going to start off, it's all in sort of sections. I've got the Fellblade as is, then I've got the two quad las cannons and then the turret as separate pieces just for transportation. So we'll just have a look at them. So the idea of my Death Guard 30k Legion is, like I say, is that they're traitorous. They have turned to the ruinous powers, but they haven't gone full Nurgle, not quite. So Mortarion clearly sided with Horus, and as the ruinous powers take hold, all their armor is becoming bashed up and rusty and weathered, and they don't care for it. I mean, when you read the Horus Heresy novels, they're very particular about their armor, and they clean it and they get it sent away and get all the dents and the scratches and the holes repaired, and then they put lapping powder on their armor to make it look nice going into battle. My 30k Death Guard Legion don't care about that because they are, like I say, ruinous powers have taken hold, and in my mind the ruinous powers are kind of holding their armor together, and they don't need to be concerned about keeping it nice looking because all they're worried about is killing loyalists. So anyway, so that's the idea of the army. So that's why my stuff is kind of heavily weathered and chipped, etc. So Fellblade, it's a lovely kit. It's solid. It went together really nicely, and this is the finished thing. So we'll start. Where should we start? Start on the underside. So there we go. Tracks are all painted up. Really pleased with the tracks, and put rust effects on the bottom there and scratched it all up. As we come round to the back, painted up the exhaust pipes here and done the tailpipes, kind of rusted those up. Quite really happy with the effect on the tracks. Got the fuel barrels, and as we come round to the side there, we've got more chipping, Death Guard decal there, a bit of green striping just to give it a bit of something, and the other side is exactly the same. And then we've got the top. So really pleased with the rust effects and the chips and the paint flaking off, and ready to go full Nurgle, but they're not full Nurgle yet. I've glued the demolished cannon in. That went in nicely, and the heavy bolter is movable. And then we've just got the wheel housings here. So yeah, so that's the Fellblade body itself. That's all kind of fixed, done. Then we've got the quad las cannons, which are movable as you'd expect. So just sort of weathered those up in a kind of burnt look for las, in my mind at least. And as I'm going to move that the idea is that with my weaponry, I'm kind of keeping that clean. Painted the little sensors in there, keeping it quite clean. As they turn towards Nurgle, I'd envisaged all their weaponry going a bit, rusted and banged up too, but they're not quite there yet. So all their weaponry still looking, relatively maintained. So it's just the armor paneling I'm sort of concentrating on. Let's paint up the cabling. Just gave it a nice dark red, just to kind of put some extra colour on it. So we've got the quad las cannons. And it's a lovely thing. It's such a nice model. It's £180. So that's hefty. I mean, at the time I was considering buying a Mastodon or a Fellblade and other things. So I ended up buying the Fellblade, and I think I picked up the Predator and the Damocles Command Rhino at the time, to sort of, I was going to spend about 300 quid, and instead of buying Mastodon, I bought the Fellblade. So, and I'm really, really, really pleased with it. It's really, really nice, and it fits in the cabinets. And then we've got the turrets. So I've glued it all together. The accelerator cannon doesn't move, but I've again chipped up the turret, painted up the stowage, glued that on. Put a green stripe through the top there. I think that looks really good. Sort of painted the inner bit there, which makes it kind of stand out. Put some of the text decal from the Death Guard sheet on here too, because I didn't know where else I would use them. So a big tank is probably, one of those places you might use those. Painted up the lenses on the hatches and the lenses on the targeting, and then weathered the gun barrels. So I mean, this basically was painted prime black, kind of heavy dry brush overbrushed with metallics, and then basically just airbrush washes until I got an effect I was happy with. Kind of had it more burnished at the end, as you might expect. So that's that. The doesn't need magnetising. There's a huge plug there that that goes in the hole and sits there. So that is it. That is the Legion Fellblade. It's a beast, and altogether I think it looks really good. I'm really pleased with this. So yeah, there we go. I know I'm going to get questions, so I'm just going to deal with that straight away. I'm going to get questions about how does it stack up size-wise to other things. So I will show you how it stacks up size-wise to other things. Okay, and this is how it. This is my tank collection. Actually, the Predator's not there. I haven't got enough sort of space to put the Predator in, but I figured I'd go Fellblade / Baneblade chassis, and then we've got Spartan, Proteus, the Medusa, which is a slightly bigger chassis than the, well, it is. It's a, what is it? It's a Lehman Russ chassis, and then the Rhino chassis here. So you can see, yeah, it's like Goldilocks and the 3 bears, or the 5 bears in this case. So we'll just, you can sort of see the size differences, but between the Spartan and the Fellblade, I mean, the Spartan's a beast, but the Fellblade is a bit more of a beast, if I'm honest. It's just such a nice looking model. And we got the Proteus, which is, not as big as the Spartan, and clearly, it's like a little baby compared to the Fellblade. And then obviously when we bring in the Medusa, clearly we're, you're getting pint size here now. And then the Rhino chassis too. So I think just as a collection of models there, I think that's those rolling into battle across the field. I'm really pleased with the way they're all coming out. I'm really liking the look of it, and I'm really pleased with the way the army's developing. So let's just get the Predator. Let's put the Predator in there too. He's be feeling left out. So let's move those up. Make sure everything's still in frame. And there's the Predator too. Oops, his turret's fallen off. So there we go. Yes, so that's my tracked, my armoured force for my Death Guard at the moment. I'd like to pick up another Spartan. I've played a couple of games. Sorry. Played a big Apocalypse game, sorry. It just felt like a couple of games. It felt like, yeah. Anyway, so that was cool. But I'd like to pick up another Spartan. I had Typhus, Callus Typhon, and a 7-man squad of Death Shroud in the Spartan, and I'd like to get another Spartan to put my 7-man squad of Grave Wardens in. I think that'd be cool. And again, some more Proteus Land Raiders to just put other things in, basically, just to get them up the field a bit more quickly. And then maybe flesh out the Predator squad just with another 2, just so I can have a squadron. Or another, whatever, or 1, whatever, but just so I can have some more squadron-based activity. And again, another Medusa. I like the Medusa. But anyway, yeah. So that's it. Let me know what you think of my mechanised Death Guard section. And I'm going to have a look at what I'm going to paint next. The list is getting very, very small. I've got my book, and I'll tell you what I've got left. So what have I got left? I've got a 7-man veteran tactical squad, which is going to be marksmen. And I've got the upgrades for that. I've got torso head upgrades. Then I've got a 5-man cataphracti squad, but I'm only going to use 2 of those just to bump up my current 5-man cataphracti squad up to a 7-man squad. So that'll just be a regular Terminator squad. Then I've got a Mark III command set. So I'm going to have a 3-man command squad. And we're going to do a 7-man squad of Chaos type Terminators. So when I was talking about not going full Nurgle, these ones will be a little bit more Nurgle. We're going to use the Forge World Death Guard Terminator upgrade kits. And yeah, we'll have a look, see what they look like. So we've got those. Then we're going to do a 14-man Breacher squad. So I've picked those up. I've got 3 bags of 5-man Breacher squads. So we're going to do a 14-man squad of those just for fun. Why not? Then we've got, I picked up the 40k model, actually, the Aspiring Champion, who I'm going to turn into my Praetor. It's going to be one of the Praetors for my army, so I don't have a Praetor at the moment. So I'm going to do that. Whether I do some conversion on it or not, I probably might swap the weapons out, might just keep it stock. It's a lovely looking model, so we'll see how that goes. Then the big man himself, Mortarion, and I'm feeling like I'm ready to tackle my first Primarch. Actually, I've painted up Nathaniel Garrow from the character series before, but in his oh gosh, what's he part of? His not his Death Guard armor. What does he go into? Oh my gosh, I've forgotten what he goes into. Nope, gone from my mind completely. But yes, he goes into the Demon Hunt. No, not the Demon Hunters. Oh blimey, forgotten. You'll tell me. So anyway, so painted him up in not in Death Guard, but obviously he's not traitorous. And then Mortarion. So that'll be my first Primarch painted. And I also picked up, again, just for fun, the 40k Nurgle Demon Prince, which is such a nice model. It's just really, really cool. And when I'm doing my Death Guard Terminator squad, my Chaos ones, I'm sort of figuring that's going to be this second captain of the Death Guard. His name is Ignatius Grogor, and he's bad. He's a bad egg, and him and Garrow have a big set to and a big fight, and you know that's this kind of rivalry there, and even more so clearly when Grogor goes full Nurgle, and so my 7-man squad I'm going to do is kind of be in my mind. It's going to be Grogor's turned Terminator squad, even though I know he's not technically in Terminator armor, but you know, whatever. And then this Nurgle Demon Prince, I see having Grogor will have evolved into this sort of Demon Prince type character. So that's just a little bit of fluff in my head and just sort of an excuse to paint something a bit different. And that's it. That's all I've got left for my Death Guard army. So we'll see what happens next. Again, never finished, is it? Never finished. Want another Spartan, want a couple more Proteuses, you know, some more tanks and stuff, some more Contemptors. I've got 3 Leviathans, so I'd like to pick up 1 more of those. Yeah, so, you know, it's all kind of going, but I'm really sort of getting to the end of what I've got, which is cool. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough, and I will catch you on the next one, guys. Any questions, queries, comments, let me know. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.